We're in complete agreement that the Pueblos are entitled to having their own water system and so forth, and any way that the federal government wants to provide it. And we have no problem with that. Our problem is with the county making a regional water system, which would include the non-Pueblos.
Well, the thing is, the whole basis of the settlement is a regional water system for everyone. The settling parties have bent backwards to accommodate their needs, but once we reach a settlement, they say, "Well, no, we don't agree with that." But I mean, the alternative is just not acceptable.
The hydrological study has never been done of the basin, and
Never.
Never.
Why?
Well, I think it's been modeled, but that cost is a factor, and the state engineer's office is underfunded.
They said that they think that there needs to be a hydrological study because they insist that no hydrological study has ever been done, that a hydrographic study has been done, but not a hydrological study. What do you say about that?
All I can say is that, there's been evidence introduced in the court over 40 years indicating the quantity of water that there is, and that's already been litigated and negotiated.
And your thinking is that, yes, a hydrological study might be somewhat expensive, but considering what you think is at stake, it's certainly worth the money to invest in a hydrological study?
Well, absolutely. I mean, we had a couple of hydrologists, well-known hydrologists, do a report for us just on the use of the water in the basin by the non-Pueblos, and they found out that it was almost insignificant.
They say that the non-Pueblos, according to their studies, hardly use any water. It's just a tiny fraction. What's your reaction to that?
But I would say there's at least 7,000 wells in the basin, and just do the math.
Why should people care about this if they don't live in the Pojoaque Valley?
Well, it affects everybody in the state, basically. It's a taxpayer, because if this regional water system were to be built, every taxpayer in the state would contribute to it one way or another, especially the taxpayers in Santa Fe County.
How much money are we talking about?
Oh, we're talking probably close, by the time the county's obligations were met, it's probably going to approach $500 million.
$500 million?
Yeah.
The settlement, it imports water to satisfy the needs of the settlement. And that's very key, because then it preserves and restores the aquifer for future generations.
So in many ways what you're saying is it's been in litigation. The courts have sided basically with the Pueblos, and we non-Pueblos, this is going to be the best we can get. If it goes back to litigation, we might end up with nothing, zero.
That's correct. That's my feeling exactly, yes.
People better open their eyes and to see what the local governments and the state government is doing.
I'm optimistic that it will get settled, and that we will have a resolution to this case in my lifetime, as opposed to my grandfather and my father, who passed on without a resolution to this.